You were on bond for 2 assaults, and now you've picked up a new case.
Can I explain myself?
We're going to do probable cause.
Right out the gate, the judge reminds him he was already on bond for 2 assaults. And now another case, guys. What do you think should someone already out on?
Today's courtroom is pure chaos, multiple defendants, shocking claims, and a judge with 0 patience left. Bond violations, missing weapons, domestic drama, and even a license versus insurance battle unfold. Every decision here means freedom or jail. Buckle up, this case has twists that feel straight out of a crime thriller.
Bond, even be given another chance after this.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 15th, 2024, officers were assisting with a stranded motorist, disabled in Harris County, Texas, when a witness ran up to the officer and stated that he had been shot at. Witness fell on the ground, and the officers observed defendant running across the street. Witness pointed out the defendant and stated defendant was the one who shot him.
What?
Shot at him.
And he's charged with an evading arrest and an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon?
Sure, Judge. I can look further into the offense report.
Whoa, witness literally runs up saying he was shot at and points straight at the defendant. That's like something straight out of a crime drama. But here's the kicker, no weapon was found. Do you think that should weaken the case?
Already out on bond for 2 assaults, and now another charge. That's like asking for courtroom disaster. Bond is trust break it and credibility vanishes. Should repeat defendants even get another chance? If you were the judge, would you allow freedom again or lock it down immediately?
Case.
Your Honor, on this case, initially, yes, that's what the complainant said, but upon further investigation, the officer could not locate the weapon. And also, he was unsure of whether, based on the office report, whether the defendant was the one who shot based on location of the complainant, as well as the fact that he couldn't observe the weapon upon retracing the steps of the defendant.
Don't we have shot spotters out there now anyways? I mean, it would be interesting to see where this location is, see if there's an actual shot spotter out there. If there is, let's pull the records. It's not rocket science.
The judge brings up shot spotter technology. Those are high-tech systems that detect and pinpoint gunfire if it's available. It can
A witness points at the defendant, swears he was shot at but no weapon appears. That's a legal curveball. Testimony matters, but without evidence, holes appear. The big question, does missing physical proof destroy the case, or does witness certainty outweigh everything? Evidence versus words, what do you think?
Really prove whether shots were fired. Imagine how many cases could swing on that detail.
Okay.
So the defendant then began running in the officer's direction. Officers marked patrol vehicle was blocking the lanes with lights activated. Officer yelled at D to stop.
I'm the defendant.
You are the defendant.
Yelled at the defendant to stop and identified himself as police. Defendant turned around and began to run away from the officer. Officer gave chase and yelled again to the defendant, IDing himself and asking for the defendant to stop, which the defendant refused, looking back and continued running. Approximate length of chase was 0.6 miles.
Okay. Mr. Richardson, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your evading arrest. You have been given multiple bonds. I asked you to do one thing while you were on bond for both of those assault cases. Do you remember?
Stay clean.
And stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble.
The judge raises ShotSpotter technology acoustic sensors detecting gunfire. If active, it could confirm shots instantly, ending debate. Human memory versus machine data. Who would you trust? This shows how modern trials hinge on technology. Do we lean on science or testimony? Either way, this detail could flip the case.
I was shy.
And now you picked up a new case. I'm revoking your bond. He goes with you.
You revoking my bond?
Mm-hmm.
I was shy.
We're going to look further into the facts.
Please. Are you DeJuan Fairley? Mr. Fairley, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Complaining witness and the defendant are dating and they have a child. On October 14th, 2024, the complaining witness was driving while the defendant was a passenger and their son was in the rear seat. Defendant began questioning complaining witness because he thought she was cheating, which prompted an argument. Defendant began putting his hands in complaining witness's face, impairing complainant's ability to see the road. Complainant brought the vehicle to an immediate stop. Defendant then began grabbing her left shoulder. While defendant was grabbing her shoulder, complaining witness.
And just like that, the judge
raises ShotSpotter technology acoustic sensors detecting gunfire. If active, it could confirm shots instantly, ending debate. Human memory versus machine data. Who would you trust? This shows how modern trials hinge on technology. Do we lean on science or testimony? Either way, this detail could flip the case.
Revokes his bond. Notice how firm that decision was. Judges usually give multiple warnings, but once you break bond conditions, that's game over. Fair or too harsh.
Turned and bit defendant on his hands in an attempt to get defendant to release her. Defendant then punched complainant with a closed fist in the face, causing pain.
All right, Mr. Fairley, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do we know whether she wants to have contact with him, Morgan?
I believe she does want contact, Judge. It looks like someone from DVD did the rip.
How do you have that belief?
Someone from our
Your
domestic
back.
violence division called her, and she said she doesn't want to move forward. So she does want contact with the defendant.
Any other priors that you see?
No criminal history, Judge.
Okay, Mr. Fairley, I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to have any threatening or harassing contact with this witness. If I find that you do, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Sir.
So I don't know what kind of relationship you have with this person, but if you're someone who's constantly going to fight with this person, be careful. Because remember, it's not what you think as far as threatening or harassing, it's how she perceives. So can conduct in and of itself violate this order? It absolutely can. If I go like this, is that threatening or harassing? It is. And it can land you in jail in a moment's notice. Do you understand?
Sir.
We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I will have you come up here. The other thing you need to understand is there's a protective order that is in place. I would get to know it because if you violate this protective order, the state can and will file additional charges against you. And then it gets ugly really quick. You understand? I will have you come up here. Well, we're going to have you sign a court order for you not to have any threatening or harassing contact. I'm also prohibiting you from having any weapons as well. No guns, knife, nothing. I'll have you sign a receipt and we'll get you out of here to hire a lawyer. All right? Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. Otherwise, I'll issue a warrant. Please. Is it DeTwain Johnson? DeTwain. Mr. Johnson, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present if you cannot afford one. When will be appointed to you, sir?
On October 16th, 2024, officers conducted a traffic stop in Harris County, Texas on a silver
Domestic
Buick.
violence cases like this are tricky even if the victim doesn't want to press charges. The state and still move forward. Why? Because the law treats it as a crime against society, not just individual.
Bearing a Texas temp tag with no return to a motor vehicle, no light, and not sure what that means. But he had a temp tag that did not return to a vehicle and no lights in the back. So the defendant exited from the driver's side of the motor vehicle, leaving the vehicle on and walked towards the patrol motor vehicle quickly. Defendant attempted to walk back towards the driver's side to turn off the motor vehicle. Officers stopped defendant before he opened the door. Defendant stated the firearm was inside the vehicle. Officers opened the driver's side door and observed a Glock in plain view, unholstered, and in the driver's side door panel.
Find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
No, sir. I have an ID, a state ID.
You're not allowed to drive. I'm making that a condition of your bond, and you will be signing an affidavit with me today promising you you're not going to drive. If you get a Texas driver license and liability insurance, I will let you drive. But until that point, if I find that you drive, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
And hey, Ray,
Domestic violence law doesn't stop when victims forgive. The state pursues charges regardless, sending the message that abuse isn't private, it's societal. This protects vulnerable people who might stay silent under pressure, but should the victim's wishes matter more? Or is the state correct? Whose voice should really decide?
The classic courtroom teaching moment insurance. Without a license doesn't cut it. The judge makes it crystal clear. No license, no driving question for you guys. Should having insurance at least allow him to drive? Or do you agree with the judge's strict stance?
Insurance on my car though. They
Don't have a license. You need a license, a Texas driver's license.
Oh, yes, sir.
Until you have a license, you can't drive. I'm glad that you have insurance because that's really one of the most important parts. Because if you get into an accident and create $50,000 in damage, if you don't have insurance, they're going to come after you and make you pay the 50 grand.
Yes, sir.
Have insurance. And if you get into an accident, they'll even give you a lawyer to represent you. But you still need a license. If you get a license, come back and show me, and then I'll take this off. But until that point, don't. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive, not be in possession of any weapons, and after that, we'll let you go.
Insurance without a license. The judge shuts that down quick. Insurance covers damage, but a license proves you're legally allowed to drive. Without it, you're still breaking law. Simple, strict, effective. What's your opinion? Paying insurance alone be enough? Or is the judge right? No license, no driving.
What do you do for a living?
I work with landscaping and mulching.
And how much money do you make a month?
Oh, my father. Work for like 2,500. It'd be like 2,500.
A month?
It's not that much, you know.
This was 2,500 is not bad. I mean, who do you live with? Where? Do you live by yourself in the apartment or who with?
Just me.
You have any children?
Yes, sir. I have a daughter.
Where's the kid now? Do you provide support for the child? I'll have you fill out an application. I'll take a look at it to see whether you qualify. I need to know everything about you, what kind of car you have, how much money you have in the bank.
I don't have a bank account there.
Telling you don't put all zeros, because if you do that, I'm going to send it right back to you. I need to know everything about you, monetary, financial, everything. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
We'll have you come up here, swear to this, and then they'll give you an application, fill it out, and I'll take a look, okay? All right.
And that's today's courtroom roller coaster bond revoked. Missing gun, domestic battles, and license debates. Every decision showed how small actions spiral into major consequences. Which moment shocked you most? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget, like, share, and subscribe for more unbelievable courtroom breakdowns every week.